Yo, whoa, what is up, guys? We are back here with another video here in the Minnesota Twins franchise. Hopefully, you guys do enjoy. If you do, leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new. Usually, I do live commentary on these videos. Today, we aren't going to have live commentary, so we're just going to have voiced over because you know how I had the issue with the lost video clip at the very end of last episode. Well, I lost the sound for this. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with PlayStation. Hopefully, they can get that figured out with me and my internet so that we can definitely be in the situation of not having to double voice over these videos. That's not great, especially when we're starting the channel and the series, but hopefully it doesn't mess with us too much and we can get on the right track. This game, 3-2, Taylor Rogers, he's going to be in a scenario where they have a runner on first base, bottom of the eighth, and no outs. We got a 1-2 count now. Brendan Donovan, we're going to see what we could do against him as he is going to be the leadoff hitter. And also the person who is up to bat in this current situation, as it's going to be hit to shortstop for an out. That would usually be to Brooks Lee, but yeah, I can't remember if he has anything up with him. Josh Bell is going to knock that one down, but that one's going to be a hit. They're going to go to sub. Cal Raleigh now in as the three hitter. Okay, let's see what he does. Probably not anything great. Hopefully not going to hit a home run off of us. Switch hitter. You'd expect Cal Raleigh to probably do something big. Oh my goodness, though. That sweeper on the inside got him to swing, and that one's going to be an out. Taylor Rogers sticks in. They're going to hit it up the middle, and we're not going to get to that. That's not good. They're going to get the run in, so now it's going to be 3-3. Taylor Rogers gives one up. That's not great. Like I said, Taylor Rogers looking to be one of those solid bullpen arms for us throughout the rest of this season. I think that one was in the zone. We're going to challenge that sweeper, see if we can get the call. 1-1. It's going to just barely miss. Okay, so it is going to stay 1-1. With two outs, we're going to get the sweeper back in. That one's going to be an out as it's lined right at shortstop and going to be an out. We're going to sim the rest of the game, and we do end up getting the win. Okay, 6-4. We got 3 runs in the top of that 9th inning, and they got one more, so we get the win as Matt Brash takes the loss for them. We're 58-54 now. We're going to look to sim up to this White Sox, maybe Tigers series, this episode in September before the call-ups and stuff. During the call-ups, and we'll see how well that works out for us, as we're going to try to get this episode one episode away from the final episode before the potential playoff run that we may make or may not, depending on if we make it or not. We're 58-54, so we're kind of in the playoff race, at least right now. Gonna turn 2. Oh my goodness, ends the inning off that. 6-5. You go ahead and turn 2 like that, and you got a pretty show. Dennis Santana, we're going to let him do his own thing. We're up 7-6, and he goes ahead and gets us the save. 4 for 5 on the day for Josh Bell with a home run. He must have had quite the day, as Carlos Estevez takes the loss off of an earned run. We're going to simulate here a little bit more. Walker Jenkins has a 10-game hitting streak, which is really good for him, so I'm glad that he's at least doing that good, but it's not going to equivalent to anything at this moment in time towards his average. He's hitting 1 out of every 3 to 4 at-bats, which is pretty good for him. But Brooks Lee going to get a chance here. He's hitting 224, 2 outs. Top of the 9th, 1-1 ball game. Trevor McGill is the pitcher, and we're going to swing and just knock that one back. Okay, that's competitive at bat. Brooks Lee hasn't been having a good season, so I was honestly thinking at one point of just sending him down because he's not been amazing for us, which really just sucks because he's one of those top prospects, or used to be a top prospect from prior draft classes that you figured he would just be good. I think he's probably going to be a second baseman for his long-term career outlook as he strikes out looking there. But Luke Keyshaw currently has that spot, so I don't know, because he's definitely not a shortstop. I'm going to tell you that. But oh my goodness, the Brewers end up walking us off or something here. 2-4. We gave up 3 runs in that sim. Dennis Santana must have been a home run by Jackson Chourio since he got 3 RBIs in that all at once. I'm guessing that is what happened. We're going to get an Orioles moment. We're just going to let sim. The Orioles beat us 5-1. That's not great. Felix Bautista. The Orioles beat us 4-3. So we scored the runs that were there, but that's it. Then we lose 5-0. Okay, the Orioles kind of handed it to us there. There's going to be a player called up in the league around us. Let's look at stats, though, here right now. Victor Caratini hitting 315, 295 from Josh Bell, 280, 290 from Trevor Larnach, 280 from Luke Keyshaw, 268 from Byron Buxton, 267 from Emmanuel Rodriguez. So Walker Jenkins hitting 241, Brooks Lee and Royce Lewis and Matt Wallner, some of the people you expect to actually be doing good for us, are not doing amazing, but we got 21 home runs out of Josh Bell right now and 20 out of Matt Wallner. So Matt Wallner kind of on pace with last season. Josh Bell having a really good season. We're looking to potentially re-sign him, bring him up. Joe Ryan, I know he has 1 year left on his contract of arbitration, but I'm going to look to full out send a full re-sign to him. Dennis Santana, we'll see. Even though we traded for him, it's going to be kind of hard to bring him back with the kind of money situation we have. But huge contract offer here to Joe Ryan, and he's going to accept it, a 5-year deal. In the future here, we may end up having to trade him because of money issues, but locking down our ace is just kind of what I wanted to do. He may be in trade talks, but if we make it to the playoffs, he is going to be that ace. Dennis Santana, like I said, kind of hard to lock him up. I really want him to be our closer, but we may have to develop somebody else because he's 11 mil, and we don't have the kind of money to just be spending 11 million on a closer like that. And I really wish that they left that option to like backload contracts and stuff like that, but they didn't do that this year. So it is definitely a little harder with contracts and all of that. Since you can't backload, front load, whatever you want to do, like you can't be like, hey, I'm going to give you $2 million a year for the first 3 years of your contract and then give you $70 million like they did with Shohei Ohtani. That would be nice if you could put out each different year, but $38.6 million a year for Joe Ryan on our budget, that's kind of a lot of money on that guy, but he is worth every penny, as right now he is in the Cy Young race. If we had more money, we'd probably be able to give it to him and just be like, dude, stay with us forever. But right now, he's down for 5 years, and hopefully he can continue as Simeon Woods Richardson goes out for 1 to 2 months with injury, and Brooks Lee also goes out 1 to 2 months. As I was talking about him potentially getting injured, he did. And now he's not going to get that chance down in AAA or going down. He's going to have to come back from injury, maybe in the playoffs, maybe not even by then. We're going to have 2 people that we're going to have to change up now, as we're going to have to bring someone up to the major league level for pitching and for hitting. We're going to bring up Mick Abel and Ryan Kreidler, though, because Ryan Kreidler obviously plays shortstop. He's going to need to fill in that Brooks Lee role. And then Mick Abel, I just think he might be a better pitching chance than some of these other guys. Maybe Eric Orzi we could bring back up, but Mick Abel, I feel like he deserves that chance, even though he does have like a 10 ERA pretty much up here right now. But he can take over that starting spot from Simeon Woods Richardson, who is currently injured. We're 65 and 61, second in that area. We're going to look at the top prospects here. What was this for? I think we just wanted to see if we had any guys there or anyone near that off the prospect incentives. But the main thing I want to look at here is Rookie of the Year, Chase DeLauter, and all of these guys over Walker Jenkins, who apparently just isn't even in the race right now, which doesn't make sense to me. He played most of his rookie year. I think he still qualifies as a rookie for next year. With how the playtime, or what's it called, service time, that we manipulated a little bit. We're gonna have Ryan Creedler though play every day right now. Gio Urshela may come in a little bit so that he doesn't have to just go from AAA straight up to the majors as an everyday player. We don't really have a shortstop to just switch in and out. Usually your shortstop is a dude, and it doesn't really change a whole lot. But in this situation, we do have to change it because Brooks Lee's injured. And, I mean, he hasn't been doing good anyway, so what's it really up with? We're going to make a fifth starter out of the rotation. We're going to make it Mick Abel instead of doing bullpen games, but you could just do bullpen games if you really chose to do so. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep him up. We're going to face the Braves here in a series. Taylor Rogers, 7-7. We're going to simulate that. We win 8-7. We're going to have to auto fix the rotation down in AAA now that we had to call some people up. So we're going to bring up Mac Cloud to AA, and then we have to bring up some sort of a player, which I thought Quinn Young would be a good player, but not quite, because he hasn't been doing amazing. So we looked a little more around and brought up Ben Ross because he is in the position where we just called up Ryan Creedler from. So that will help fill in that spot. We'll fix the rotation, and then Marco Rayo gets hurt. So another AAA injury. As in this situation, Taylor Rogers, we're not going to play with him, 5-4. And Andrew Brash gets hurt. We're at the top now again of the division, 67 and 61. We're going to have to bring up Ryan Gallagher to the AAA level because of all of the injuries that have been happening in the past couple of days with all of our top players at the major league level and at the AAA level. You can see we're 1.5 games ahead of the Guardians right now. The Tigers way down low. The Royals also, like, 4 games back for the 4th spot in our division is pretty close. We play the Padres here, Taylor Rogers. We're going to have a 3-2 ball game where we have the lead. They have a runner on first base, but they also have Manny Machado up to bat, so we basically just can't give up a home run to him is kind of the thought process here, because if we do, things are not going to go well, as we'll be down in the 8th inning. 3-0 is the count, though. I mean, you kind of want to pitch around Manny Machado sometimes, but I don't know about right here. We kind of need to challenge him a little bit. He's going to foul this second pitch off. Now, 3-2, we're going to challenge him. That one's going to be fouled back off of the catcher. One more, we're going to go to the sweeper, and that one's going to get a swing and a miss. Manny Machado goes down swinging, 1 out. We're going to see Jorge Polanco, see what we can do against him. That's going to be a strike as we are moving. That one's going to be another strike. 0-2 count versus Jorge Polanco. What you expect, it's going to be thrown inside, really inside, makes Jorge decide to move out the way. Sweeper going to be hit for a single. Didn't expect that from Jorge Polanco, really. I mean, he's been a good player, former Twin. Played for a lot of different teams now as he gets pinch ran for. 0-0 count now for, who is this? Gavin Sheets, Jeepers. 1-1 now as he is in a tough matchup. I do think I pitch really quickly and don't even look at it sometimes, but that is just how it is. Sweeper, 1-2, 1 out. Bases have 2 people on them. That one's going to be fouled back. The Padres staying alive. Bogarts is to follow. I mean, the Padres, honestly, they have like 75 wins, and they're second in their division, so they just have a hard division with the Dodgers in it right now. They are way better of a team than we are, but we're still trying to fight with them, see if we can give them at least some sort of a challenge so that we can prove maybe we're a playoff team. As that's an RBI double, goes into the stands, which honestly helps us a lot if it didn't go into the stands, they could have sent that guy home and would be up 4-3. And we're going to challenge this one. Doesn't end up actually being a strike, so it's still 1-0. Xander Bogaerts is up with 2 runners on, a runner on second and a runner on third. 2-0's the count. We're going to throw the fastball right down the middle. 2-1. Going to get that fastball down the middle again. 2-2. One last pitch. We're going to go sweeper, and it's going to be fouled off. Okay. Taylor Rogers has a really good sweeper. One of the best lefty people in our pen. Him, Bonda, and Kobe Funderburk are our top left-handed pitchers. Oh my goodness, what a strikeout looking on Bogaerts. Our bullpen's actually gotten better since the Dennis Santana trade, like a lot. Cole Sands moving to the setup option, and we just haven't been giving up runs as much. We're going to challenge that one. That one looks like a strike to me, 2-0. They're going to say it's a strike. It doesn't even show it to me, but nice. At first base, we're going to dive for that. Not get it, but it's all good. Sweeper outside coming in, and that one's going to be hit hard to Walker Jenkins, but it's going to be the final out, sending us to the 9th inning, which we're just going to sim through unless they give us a big situation to be in. We're going to apparently just sim to the end. And the Padres go ahead and take the win. 3 for 4 was Gavin Sheets. Yeah. Mason Miller goes ahead and get the win with 0.1 innings pitched. That's kind of crazy. We're going to continue to take on the Padres, who just have a crazy good record here. UC 72-57. Taj Bradley, I want to pitch with him in a full game here, because we haven't done that yet to this point. We've pitched with Pablo Lopez, Bailey Ober, and Joe Ryan. They want us to get rid of Gio Urshela because he got hurt, so we're going to put in Ryan Kriedler at shortstop for the day. 112 innings pitched, 117 hits to 97 strikeouts for Taj Bradley. He's been actually having a decent season, even though you wouldn't really think that he would. He's been a really good 4 slot. He's probably on a playoff team, a 5 slot type of a person. We want to look at the league news and the top prospects around here. I just kind of wanted to see all of this pregame stuff so that you could look into stuff a little bit deeper into your major league system and everything around. You can see Eduardo Taitz, 23rd in MLB, as a AA player who doesn't even seem to be playing that good right now. Riley Quick is number 86. We got Kalen Culpepper at number 91. So you can see some of our better top prospects, but we're going to choose the storyline. Taj Bradley is dominating on the mound, which is obviously true. First, though, we're going to see Nick Pivetta, 3.63 ERA, 1.17 whip. He's been having a really, really good season. We'll see what he can do versus Victor Caratini, though, who's going to foul that one back. 321 average. He, honestly, in the batting title race, I was okay with trading away Ryan Jeffers literally just because of Caratini being such a good bat this year that even though we're losing a lefty masher in Ryan Jeffers and a 80 overall catcher, we got a closing pitcher, and we have someone who can just eat up that catcher spot in Caratini, as he's going to get hit here. Just not wonderful, but he gets on base on an 0-2 count, something you didn't expect. An 0-2 count where you're going to get walked? Yeah, a little crazy. Byron Buxton going to put this one in play deep. That one will be caught, though, and be the first out of the game for Nick Pivetta and this Padres team working out on the Twins. So you guys are going to see every single pitch here because, like I said, I lost my main talking live stuff. So it's just going to be all of this scene because I don't know what I didn't talk in that made us not put it in the video anymore, because what essentially happened is I lost internet connection or something, and then it disconnected my headset and lost all of the former talking of the headset. As, oh my goodness, Larnach launches that one to left field. It's caught and going to be the second out of the inning, which brings up Matt Wallner in the 4 slot. Wallner, I don't think he's been having that good of a season, honestly, even though he has 20 home runs. He hasn't really been that dude. He has 61 runs of himself being driven in. He has an 0-2 count, 2 outs. Nick Pivetta kind of working us here. Should be 3 outs if he didn't just drill Victor Caratini earlier in the at-bat. And this one's going to be fouled off. A fastball that probably shouldn't even be swung at. These bigger dudes, I swing at everything, I feel like. That one's going to hit us too. Oh my goodness, Pivetta hits 2 batters in this first inning. And that just kind of shows that he doesn't have that much control, as Luke Kershaw is going to roll over one and ground out to third base. Taj Bradley, 3.99 ERA, almost a 4.0. He's almost a 4.0 student with a 5-10 record. I mean, he hasn't had a bad season. The team has not gotten him runs whenever he's done good, though. That's definitely for sure. Fastball, that one's going to be popped up to second base for Luke Kershaw, who will get the first out on the Padres. Jake Cronenworth being the one to fall. Jake Merrill, one of those top prospect type of guys who seems to be a good player for the future. I don't know what he's truly going to be, as that one's low. Splitter is an option for Taj Bradley, which that splitter, nasty, just like Joe Ryan. You see it kind of just moves. I like the thing. 12-6 curve. Also in his arsenal, I mean, Taj Bradley in real life, every single time he's pitched for the Twins, they've won. Every time anyone else has pitched, they've lost. So that may tell you something, may not, as we have an 0-1 count, 2 outs. That one's going to be poked to the right side by Manny Machado, and it's going to end the first. Let's see anything special they got for us. Josh Bell, switch hitting 297. That looks to be, he's nearly hitting 300, though, on the season, as that one's going to be lined to first base, knocked down, but it will end up being an out. Anyways, who plays first base? It's Jorge Polanco. It used to be Cronenworth, if I am correct. I don't know, but he did play first for the Padres at one point, I think. 1-0 count for Royce Lewis, though, now. Who, like I've been saying multiple times, he is one of those guys. He plays good. The team plays good. He played really good to start the year. Got the team pumped up, thinking that they actually can compete. And then he's fallen off to around a 230, 240 average, and just not been able to hit the ball as of late, which really kind of sucks, because he was being that dude, that really good player for quite some time. Now we have 2 outs, and that one's just going to be popped up by Ryan Kreidler on a pitch he should not have swung at. That one will be an out. Jorge Polanco hitting in the 4 spot for the Padres. That's kind of interesting to me, as he's not really a power guy. Also, we don't get to face Fernando Tatis. I don't know if he's injured, out of the lineup, or what. He's just not there for us to play, as that one's going to be drilled to second base. Luke Kershaw is going to make the play and get the out. But Fernando Tatis, one of the staples of this Padres team, and he just isn't here to be seen, here to be played against. Interesting, if I do say so myself. That one will be drilled, and oh my goodness, we're going to dive, miss the dive, go get the ball, see if he runs a second. He's not. Would have probably been safe, honestly, if he did. But Xander Bogaerts hitting in that 6th spot. Someone you do have to worry about. Xander Bogaerts used to be really, really, really good on the Red Sox. Hasn't been as good, I don't think, on the Padres throughout his career. He's kind of fallen off, but also at the same time found a career resurgence as of late from how he was on the Padres at one point. Ryan Kreidler drops underneath that one and gets the second out. I feel like I'm talking a lot, and it's about the game and not at the same time. Let's get under this one in left field. Or not. Oh, we get to it. Walker Jenkins gets Taj Bradley out the inning. 0 runs given up. I like it. Walker Jenkins now up to bat. 11 home runs, 27 RBIs. I mean, the RBI situation maybe is what's holding him out of Rookie of the Year race, but like 11 home runs and he's hitting like 240. I feel like that puts you into the Rookie of the Year race on its own as he pops up there, but maybe he just doesn't count as a rookie because he can't officially like be considered a rookie because of service time or whatnot. I don't know. I don't completely understand how it works. Sorry for the yawn, but maybe if you don't get that full year of service time, you can't be the Rookie of the Year. That's actually something I'm going to look up as Victor Carantini gets a hold of one and sends it over the wall. He does not hit home runs often, but when he does, it's with us. 13 of them on the season. He's hitting 320, got 13 home runs. I think that's more power than we expected from him, more contact than we expected from him, but he has shown to be worth every single penny of that deal that they gave him in the offseason. Him and Josh Bell have been, at least in sim, not real life. But this, I mean, breaking the third wall or fourth wall, whatever. This has been in the series a very interesting season that I'm guessing most Twins fans are not expecting. I saw a graphic the other day that was optimism for the season, and Twins fans, it was like 4%. 4% of Twins fans were optimistic to start the season. And the next closest team was the Angels at 6%, and then it was like 26% was the next most optimistic team, or least optimistic. So, Twins fans, I understand that we aren't super excited for the season, but like, I feel like we got to be a little more happy than 4% of us, especially since the season just started. I get that the Twins are 2-4 as of when I'm recording this and just beat the Royals for the first time, but I feel like even with their hardships, they're going to be a competitive team. The Twins always seem to be a competitive team, even when they don't want to be. I don't know. At least during my time of being a Twins fan, they have always seemed to be a scrappy team that's always in every single game. At some point, though, I wouldn't be surprised if we win like 60 to 70 games this season, maybe even less, but I'm hoping for 60 to 70 games in real life. In here, we're already at that, and we have roughly 40 games left to go. So I'm looking for a playoff push in this season. We're currently at the top of the division, which is so surprising to me that we are. I get that it's the AL Central and it's technically one of the weakest divisions in baseball, but as that one's going to be a fly out to right field, I understand that it's a weak division, but still being in the playoff race with it, I think maybe it's a stronger division, and everybody just beats up on each other, and that's kind of part of the issue because everybody beats everybody. It's no clear winner out of here, but every single time that the Guardians come out, though, they do end up doing well in the playoffs. So maybe it is actually a good conference or standings place to be, as that's going to be a base knock straight up the middle. We're going to knock it down. Who was that? The leadoff hitter, Jake Cronenworth. He was the one who did that. And then Jackson Merrill, 2024 All-Star. I don't even remember him being an All-Star or being up at the majors in 2024. I must just be lost like heavily, and I'm not surprised by that, as that's going to be an out to end the third inning. Royce Lewis going to get a hit to him. He's got some good fielding abilities. He played center field, shortstop, third base, all that good stuff throughout his career. He's played multiple positions, and I'm not surprised by it because he is a good fielder. In the top of the fourth, though, here, we're going to get a foul off by Luke Keyshaw. Last 10 games, 5 runs. So he's been getting on base at least the last couple of games. High fastball, not going to swing at that, which is surprising because it seems like always with Luke Keyshaw is when I swing at those absolutely horrible pitches to swing at, those high fastballs that you probably shouldn't swing at ever, but I do with him. 1-2. Speak of the devil, the high fastball gets me to go. It's going to be an out, and Nick Pivetta gets his first strikeout of the day in, what is it, the 4th? And jeepers, swing and a miss. Just not what you wanted. That high fastball really messed me up. Nick Pivetta hasn't been an amazing, arm to face. I feel like that I've had harder games. Josh Bell hits it on the ground for a base knock. But one strikeout is pretty bad through 4 innings. I understand he's only given up 1 run off of a home run, but he's been giving up hits clearly. If Royce Lewis is up at the 7 hole in the 4th, as we're gonna send that one up the middle. Speak of it, for a base knock. So we have runners on first and second, 1 out. Let's see who the clutch hitter is up. Ryan Kreidler hitting .333. So he is 1 for 3 in his MLB career. And oh my goodness, we just freeze on the 12-6. Not that I really froze. It was more of, I always take that first pitch, get ready. Well, not always, but a lot of the time, I take that first pitch, get ready like that. And yeah, just rock with it. 1-1's the count, 1 out. That fastball goes inside. I was wondering, would you guys enjoy a Rule 5 draft team? I was thinking about doing this, and maybe I've already done it by the time this video comes out, started to make it, but draft a team of just Rule 5 players and fix up that team only through the Rule 5 draft and see if I can win a World Series. You get the Rule 5 draft, and then I can trade for people who were on the Rule 5 draft. So the organization basically getting built off of prior goods, or not even prior goods really, more off of how bad people then become good. So it's a good redemption story type of a thing, or it's like younger players who just they didn't put up there because they didn't think that some random team would draft a 45 overall a potential player at the beginning of a draft, which I would 100% agree. Why would someone do that unless you're drafting a full team of Rule 5 players, which I'll be doing in that league. 0-2, 2 outs. Walker Jenkins sees the high fastball. He has a chance to drive in some big runs here, and I'm ready for it. Let's see the pitch. It's going to be inside. 2-2. If Pivetta challenges us, I am ready to just send the ball flying. That one hit hard to shortstop. It's going to be thrown on the run to second base and get the out. Are you kidding me? Wow. That was a really good play at short, if I'm going to be honest. I didn't think he could get that ball off. Also, the funny thing is, hear me out, with the Rule 5 draft, I do the Dodgers because they've won too many World Series. Everybody else on the team, I just trade out for basically a bunch of bums so that it essentially, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It essentially resets the league so that it's more competitive because the Dodgers have won so many World Series in a row or been in the top of it and have been in the issues of, oh, we signed Kyle Tucker, we signed Shohei, we signed, they always got the money. So now they get a restriction from the league for a few years, 10 years, where they can only draft Rule 5 draft players, and that'd just be awesome. How would I determine where people go? I probably would just spin a wheel and be like, yeah, every single Dodgers player goes to these teams off of when I spun the wheel. And honestly, I'd be good with that personally. But we'll figure it out and see as we get to that point. But I would have to make basically everyone else on the team 0 overall. So I'd trade away like everybody above 70 overall, and then make everyone else on the roster like 0 overall. I think that's how I'd do it. There wouldn't really be a farm system to have. We'd just make everybody really bad and make them Joe Randoms. But I think I could like it. 2-2. Bottom of the fourth, 1 out. 3-2 now. That fastball's gonna get in there. Xander Bogaerts, strike 3. He's challenging it, and I don't think it's gonna matter. I think that's strike 3. Yeah, it is. It's an emotional call by Xander Bogaerts, but that one was strike 3 in the zone. Nick Castellanos here looking at that one, and he's going to launch the next one, but it don't matter. It's going to be the end of the fourth. 1-1. They do get 1 run off of a Jorge Polanco hit. So the game is tied going into the 5th inning. As you look at the pitching matchup, you can see 1 earned run, 3 hits to 4 hits, 1 walk to 0 walks. We have 3 strikeouts. Nick Pivetta has just 1. Victor Caratini, though, is up. He has a home run. He's also been hit by a pitch, and this one he's going to foul back the 12-6 curve, kind of like how he started his first at-bat of the game. Let's see how he does in this one, as it's going to be fouled back. Okay. Interesting look. Also, I hope you guys like that we're posting every other day for the Twins franchise. I've definitely been enjoying it. We're going to do this as much as possible. And then once the NFL draft happens, you will definitely be seeing me play some NFL game. Ooh, Byron Buxton with a hit. But you will be seeing me play off of the draft rosters right away in the NFL. So get ready for that as well. But we'll mainly stay on this MLB The Show Twins franchise. And we'll do that other franchise in between these days. Same with the MLB The Draft. It'll probably spread things out a little bit more, but we have enough episodes into this that will be a full season in before we even think about that Rule 5 draft roster. And we'll be 2 weeks ahead of now before the draft, NFL draft, ends. So that should be 11 more episodes before we even get to the point of the NFL stuff. Jeepers. We have a runner on third right now, Byron Buxton. Trevor Larnach's up. All he needs to do is pop a ball up so that we can score a run on a pop fly. Sorry, I'm eating a goldfish. One singular. And instead, we're going to strike out looking. Trevor Larnach just fakes his swing. I don't know why it didn't swing. We should have at least put that in play. But 0-0, going to hit this ball hard with Matt Wallner. The run gets across, but not in time, as that's going to be an out at first base. We're going to warm up some people, though, in the bullpen. Dan Avila and Cody Funderburk, because Taj Bradley, even though I like him a lot, he's not going to go deep into this game. Let's be honest, he's had 52 pitches. He gives up a run. I'm honestly thinking about taking him out. But Freddie Fermin, bottom 5. Let's see if we can get him out again. Already dominated him his first at-bat. That fastball almost hits him inside. Wow. And he just doesn't move. 2-2. We're going to get one. Buxton's going to have to run out to that. Freddie Fermin's going to probably get a double out of that, though. Taj Bradley gives up a really nice hit. That's rough, but it is what it is. Like I've said before, though, you guys like the videos, then leave a like. It really helps out. That's going to be a strike on Ramon Laureano, 0-1, with a check swing. Then we're going to throw a, must have been a splitter. Sinker. He has a sinker. Okay. That is going to be hit hard to left field. I think we can gun him out at home, but horrible throw from Walker Jenkins. Just not going to get the out. 1-2 is the score of your ball game right now. Going to get a sinker again. Throw a high pitch. Jake Cronenworth going to pop it up and be the first out of the inning in the bottom of the fifth. So they have a runner on first base with Jackson Merrill up to hit, who was pinch running in the last moments that we did, I think is what it was. Yeah. But bottom five, we get the second out in right field. Matt Wallner runs under it. Manny Machado's up. It's a fastball, just gonna miss it. All I'm gonna say is don't give up a home run to this kid right now. He's in the position to do it as that ball gets away, and that's going to advance the runner 90 feet. Manny Machado, though, going to go down looking to end off the fifth. Lovely, as Ramon Laureano did drive in a run, so they did do good in the inning as they take a 1-2 lead. Taj Bradley in position for the loss right now unless our offense decides to come out here and actually score something, which would also be nice if they could do that for us. But if not, that also works. 1-2, that one's going to be popped up, and they go get to it, and Luke Keyshaw will get a deep pop fly with an out. Let's see if Josh Bell can get a hit here. Hit it to first base the first time, then in between first and second the next time. Now we have an 0-0 count. Fastball. Just going to be fouled back. Good swing timing. I'm kind of ready for him to put a ball in play deep. I'm looking for a home run from Josh Bell. You always look for a home run, but I don't know. Josh Bell just got that feeling to him. He's a big dude, got power behind him, but a lot of the type of offense I want to be is just not him. Like, I don't know. He gets on base a lot. He hits home runs a lot. But the type of offense I'm looking for is fast little dudes who get on base so much, like have a 370 on base percentage, and I can just steal to third base with them. Like Xavier Edwards, that dude, I have a Marlins franchise on my own. He is wonderful to play with because I get on base with him, and then I could just steal all the way to third because he has such good steal as Royce Lewis swings slightly at that, and we're going down with a third out in the sixth. That's not good. That's very not good. As they show the standings there very quickly, you can see that we were atop, and the Dodgers were atop the other side in their conference that they are in currently. 1-2, 0-2 count. Jorge Polanco fouls that one back. He's driven in one of the runs for the Padres here on the day. 0-2 to him, and that splitter almost got through and got the out, but it didn't. It didn't. This fastball is going to be driven deep for a 1-2 count. We're going to go high with that 12-6 curve, see what we can get out of it. Nothing really accurate. Fastball, I think that hit the zone. We're going to challenge it, see what we get. Oh my goodness, yeah, it took over the zone. I don't know what this game was talking about as Jorge Polanco goes down looking. Taj Bradley, let's see if we can get him through 6. He's only given up 2 runs. Honestly, a really good performance. And what would this be? A 3-year? If you give up 2 runs through 6, you are going to be at roughly a 3 ERA. And that's better than Taj Bradley is right now, but kind of around where you expect him to get his best season to. He has 6 strikeouts. Really having a good day. Who's up? Ooh, Xander Bogaerts. Someone who I'm a little scared of, as that one's going to be a base knock. Okay. We're in a rough situation. Nick Castellanos is going to foul back the fastball that was pitched pretty hard at him. I'm expecting, I was going to say a strikeout or a home run from Nick Castellanos, because that's usually the kind of guy he is, but they're going to go first to third on a single. Freddie Fermin, he's 1 for 2 on the day. I think I can get out of this situation with Taj Bradley. It's going to be hit to Luke Keyshaw. If he makes a play, which he does, we're going to be sent to the top of the 7th inning, and they're going to make a pitching change, going to Adrian Morejon, 2.19 ERA, and we have some people we can schedule to go into this game. We're going to go Cody Funderburk as one of those people, because they have a lot of lefties coming up here shortly. It's a righty, then 2 lefties, but yeah. 1-0's the count, top of the 7th. Ryan Kreidler, who's in specifically, like I've said, because Brooks Lee is injured. I mean, he may have gotten the call up to replace Brooks Lee at some point, because Brooks Lee was hitting like 220. So that's not amazing, especially with not providing much on the defensive end, because he couldn't really cover a lot of space. He had a 30 speed type of a life, but he also didn't have a strong arm, really. He was definitely, like, at least, this is a horrible comparison, but at least O'Neal Cruz can cover space and has a strong arm. But Brooks Lee, like, I mean, O'Neal Cruz never was great for the position because he could only be accurate sometimes, but Brooks Lee is accurate but has none of those strengths that O'Neal Cruz did. He can't really cover any ground, and he also just doesn't have an arm to gun people out whenever he needs to, which really sucks for him. Like a lot. Walker Jenkins is going to go down swinging on that slider on the outside. Victor Caratini, switch hitter, 1 for 2. Going to pop that one up. Please go foul and just keep traveling. Jorge Polanco, don't get to it. He jumps and misses. Good. They tell us that Victor Caratini has grounded into 11 double plays on the season. It's not great, but, like, it's all right, because that means there's been runners on when he's been up and stuff like that. But, I mean, you don't want to get doubled up. That's for sure. I mean, ever. But 11 times isn't that bad for 120 games. That's 1 every 10. 1 every 12 almost. I don't know. He's doing okay for himself. Caratini, low-key, if we were a better team, could be in the MVP race. No, that's crazy, actually. You just don't have RBIs like that. But we'll see. That's going to be hit hard down the left field line. And I would think about rounding that base. We're going to round it really hard, but we're not going to send them. Keep them at first and second. We have a day for Byron Buxton where he is 1 for 3. If we can put this in play, I think we could honestly get 3 base runners. 128 average with runners in scoring position on the season. That is not good for Buxton. Slider comes flying inside. Honestly, the inside corner should have been a little scared there. 1-1, 1 out. And that one's going to be pushed back up the middle. Can Buxton outrun it? He can. We did round the base, though, with Kreidler and tried to sneak in, thinking that they wouldn't notice. But we do get tagged out, and Cody Funderburk is going to have to come in now for us in the 7th inning against these Padres. Bottom 7, we're losing 1-2. You got to think Mason Miller is going to come in this game, so it's going to be a rough one unless we can get some runs and keep him out of it. Sweeper, back-to-back pitches, and it's just not going to be accurate. We're going to go high cutter, see if we can get anything from that. Fouled back. The issue with Cody Funderburk, he don't got a straight-up fastball. So you kind of got to throw his cutter as his like quote unquote fastball, which it is hard thrown, but it just doesn't go straight. So you have to worry about where it's going to go a little bit more than a straight fastball, which is kind of why I like fastballs. But, it's okay because the cutter has its advantages too. As that one's going to be shot over Ryan Creedler's head. Interesting. 0-0, 1 out. That one's going to be a strike sweeper. Now 0-1, going to just be hit to the left side. Sweeper continues all the way around 0-2. That one near the zone. Not going to challenge it. Do I even have a challenge? I don't know. We're going to try and turn 2. Royce Lewis gets to it. Second and first. That's going to turn 2 and get us to the 8th inning. Cody Funderburk kind of has a weird beard going on, but he helps move us on. We have 6 hits. They have 8 hits. It's a 1-2 ball game. So a close game, if I do say so myself, in a close situation. Trevor Larnach, 1 for 3, did that say? I don't know. Single on the day. Honestly, probably the time to put in a righty, as he's going to throw a slider down the middle. And even though I really like using Larnach, it just makes more sense to have Austin Martin up with the lefty-righty matchup. And, I mean, Martin just has great contact versus lefties, so it just makes more sense. Going to put this one in play, but it's going to end up being an out. That's rough. Top of the 8th. 51 minutes, 45 seconds. Don't know what I'm talking about. Blah, blah, blah. Matt Wallner being the DH for the day. He's hitting 235 on the season. Jeez. Lefty, lefty. That one's going to be fouled back on the slider. Okay. Adrian Morhone doing some good stuff, if I do say so. Ooh, do say so myself. The sinker gets him, though. 2-0, 2 count. This slider way outside, 1-2, 1 out. This is an interesting situation. I'm ready, though. That slider goes low. Dang. It could be 3-1 right now, but it's 2-2 because I swing at a pitch way inside. And instead, we're just going to swing at a sinker I thought was going to be in the zone and just was not. Adrian Morhone kind of going to work on me right now. And you can tell why with the pitches I'm swinging at, as they're going to switch pitchers. Who is it? Jason Adam, 3.24 ERA, strikes out 17.6% of the batters he faces, has some good holds, 4-2 record, has pitched 66 innings this season, so he's had a really, really good time. As he's going to throw the first pitch, we're going to swing and miss on that one. Luke Kershaw, slider, and 3 different fastballs that you can expect from Jason Adam. Not a guy who I'm really used to facing, but he is definitely someone I'm kind of a little worried about right now. 0-2, 2 outs, top of the 8th. Jason Adam to Luke Kershaw. That one's going to be hit up the middle. Is it going to get through? No. But can Kershaw beat it out? Also no. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th, where the Padres are up. Manny Machado. We're going to see what we can get. We're going to warm up Cole Sands and put in Dan Atvila for right now. See if he can do anything. Manny Machado, fastball, good. We just can't give up a home run to this guy, like I've said a couple of times. Gosh, Manny Machado, bro. You just launched that thing to Jupiter. That was hit hard. You're a baseball player, that's for sure. As Jorge Polanco follows him up in the 3 spot. That's going to be hit to Buxton, though, and be an out. So, as you can see, we have 1 out for Gavin Sheets, who, I mean, hasn't had a good day against us right now. That's for sure. But Dan Atvila, you do got to find the zone. He finally does. On the edge. Barely just zooms onto it. Then throws one to Gavin Sheets. That one's going to be launched, but caught by Matt Wallner. So it's not too bad of a situation. We'll have a 1-3 ball game going into the 9th if we can get this final out. But that one's going to fall from Xander Bogaerts. So Bogaerts putting this Padres team in a position to not even be in a save scenario after this inning. As that fastball, sinker, going to get past Nick Castellanos. Now 1-2. We're going to go slider outside. No fastball, high and in. And Walker Jenkins runs it down. So 1-3. It's the end of 8. You know who they're going to put in. You can already feel it. It's Mason Miller. Yeah, this dude throws 102. Has a slider and a circle change. This game, I could just tell at this point, probably over. I sat up in my chair, got ready, and was just not quite accepting defeat, but knew what was coming. Is that fast pitch? Well, that was a circle changeup, but gets hit hard to first base. Something Josh Bell's done just every single at bat today, -1. He's hit it to first base or first to second every single time. Royce Lewis going to swing and miss on that circle changeup. Good swing timing, not going to be in play. 0-1. That fastball down the middle, too late on it. Not something you wanted to see, but we'll see if we can get the ball in play. That fastball barely misses. If they challenged it, it still would have been a ball. I kind of almost thought that it was a strike. 1-2 now. Another fastball. That one just off the zone again. In roughly the same exact position. 2-2. The pitch. That one's going to be hit. Is it going to get through? Royce Lewis is on base. We have a base runner. All we need to do is hit a home run and the game's tied. Who's up? Ryan Kreidler. Do we have someone to bat for him? Gio Urshela, but he just got injured in warm-ups, so probably not. We're just going to let Ryan Kreidler stick it out and figure out what he's doing. 0-0. That ball is coming in fast, 102 miles per hour. Nearly hits you in the shin. That is scary. 1-0. That is going to be swung straight through and missed. Not what you want right now from Ryan Kreidler. It's kind of a tough situation. And then he swings at a high fastball he shouldn't have. That was on me. I shouldn't have swung at that, obviously, but it was hard. And then we're going to hit one back up the middle on Mason Miller. He's going to throw it to first, and we advance the runner, but that doesn't matter much to us. Walker Jenkins hit a home run here. Most clutch situation in the entire year. Wins your Rookie of the Year just like that. If you do it. I don't think he's going to be in the situation to do it, though. He's hitting 176 with runners in scoring position on the season. That is not good. His clutch is average, as he's going to foul that one back. It probably isn't a strike. I don't know. That was close, though. So, 1-1 count, 2 outs. Walker Jenkins going to swing at that horrible pitch. It wasn't a horrible pitch if it got us to go, but it was a horrible 1-2 swing at. Circle change, 1-2. Going to be fouled off that fastball. I somehow caught up to it. Don't know how at all. But yeah, somehow caught up to it. 1-2, 2 outs. The pitch inside, going to be dropped. Freddie Fermin, the catcher. It is now 2-2, 2 outs. Walker Jenkins up to bat. Mason Miller throws him the pitch. It's hit hard. Center field. Yeah, it's not hit that hard. It's caught in center field for the final out against the Padres. All right, Gio Urshela sustained an injury from that game. So we are going to have a little more simming, but not yet. Give me a few more seconds. As we're going to sim and lose to the Padres there. The win surge. Andrew Brash. Okay. Eduardo Tait is out for still 1 to 2 more weeks. Denzel Clark on second. They have a dude out here. We lose 3-2 to the Athletics. Then Pablo Lopez has a no hitter going late in the game. We'll see what we can get out of him. Gio Urshela is back. Buxton has a big hitting performance per chance ready to go. We're now down to third with 60. What is that? 68 and 66 is our record. Okay, not doing amazing right now as we beat the White Sox there. So 69, 67, 70 and 67 as we move into September here. You can see everybody still doing well. Gio Urshela is back, and Ryan Kreidler. We want to make sure that they're hitting in the right spots. And you can see we have one game left here. Jenkins has 2 home runs, make it 3. We're not going to do that. Luke Keeschall's good. We're going to keep him active. He's hurt a little bit, but we can now call some people up with it being September. September call-ups, baby. Front office time to go make some moves that could support the team. James Outman, he's down in AAA, been down in AAA for us in our season. Not like that in real life, but it's just kind of how it's worked out. I thought about potentially bringing him up here, but I don't think so. I just don't feel like it's probably worth it. So we're going to probably bring up either Eric Orzi or Andrew Morris to help out the pitching staff, and then or David Festa. So we're going to bring up David Festa initially, see how he does. He's at a 2-something ERA. And then we'll bring up Eric Orzi as the other person. So we're up to 28, and we'll sim through this day. There's a transaction here. Okay, we just see people are being called up. And now we have a full bullpen and starting lineup. We're going to sim, and they said that we have one too many pitchers now. Okay, so that means that we have to go back to the MLB roster, and we have to call down a pitcher. We're just going to bring back down Eric Orzi because even though he's been pitching, he pitched good when he was up here. It just doesn't work well for us to have him here, so we're going to have to call up a position player. And, you know, the person that we're going to call up is going to end up being Trishan Gray, left-handed bat who can play a lot of positions because we kind of need a utility player up at the major league level for us right now with our bat and all of that. So then we're going to move people around so that we have more people on AA, more people on AAA, help out the rosters a little bit here. We're going to bring up Garrett Spain to the AAA roster, then go down to High A, and we'll bring up Merrick Houston to AA. We'll bring up Brian Agbiania to AA. We will also bring up Brian Acuna and some sort of a pitching staff a little bit here, some reliefers to AA. And then we'll also put Brian Acuna up there. Like I said, he is related to Ronald Acuna. Yes, he is. We're up to second with our 71 and 67 record. And then we lose to the Tigers. The Wind Surge have 27 people on their roster now. Let's go figure that out. We're going to have to call one of them down to single A. We're going to go to Noah Cardenas as he has 0.185 ERA. Interesting. He's hitting 185. And yeah, we're going to make sure Eduardo Taillite, now that he's back, is playing every single day since he is the 20th prospect in the major leagues. He's been hurt most of the season, so hasn't been able to do much, but he is going to be a catcher, so might as well put him in there. And then we're going to hop into this moment against the Tigers. We're going to sim total to the White Sox series and through all of that. But right now, 2-3, we have Dennis Santana on the mound. There's 2 outs, top of the 9th, runner on first and third. This pitch going to be fouled back, now 0-2. Let's see what we can get from him. Slider outside. Going to get a swing. It's going to foul it back. Matt Vierling staying alive. Not a whole lot left after that Padres game, but, you know, we are going to get through this and see how everything ends up. As that's going to be a strikeout, slider outside. Perfect stuff. Gets us the win 3-2 against the Tigers, who are a playoff looker of a team. Them, the Guardians, us, and the Royals all in a tough look right now. Luke Keyshaw no longer injured, so he's back. Khalil Rosario's out. We got a situation here where it's 1-0. We're winning against the White Sox, and we have Taylor Rogers in the game. Let's see if we can stick in it. They have Miguel Vargas up to bat. This sweeper is going to go from left to right and not be in the zone. There's only one out. That fastball is going to be hit to Matt Wallner in right field, but that one will be an out. We're going to throw it in there, and it's 1-0 still. Bottom 8. Colson Montgomery up. Hopefully he doesn't get a hit. As that sinker gets past him. Good pitch. Very next pitch is going to be the sweeper going from left to right. Then a fastball high and inside, going to be fouled back by Colson Montgomery. Pretty good, but we'll get a sweeper out of him once more. And that one's fouled back to 1-2. One more pitch, another sweeper. This one's going to be swung on early, and it's going to be a strikeout. Colson Montgomery's pissed. We're going to finish simming the game, and Dennis Santana's going to get the moment. We're going to let him do it on his own. See what he can do. There's a runner on first now. There's another runner on first, different guy. And I just wanted to sim through, but they just, I don't know. Luis Angel Acuna was up. Didn't matter. We get the strikeout. That's it. We win 1-0, even though they had 7 hits and we had 5. Anthony Kay gets the loss, even though he only gave up 1 run. That's got to be the most disheartening situation where you get a loss, even though you had a great pitching performance. We're going to sim one more game. Yes, Christian McLeod gets injured. But you can see, ending this episode, we're a half game back on everybody. The Tigers are ahead of us, or are tied with us. And then the Guardians are ahead of us by a half game. The division is really, really close. The wild card also looks to be in reach potentially, with it being an 83 spot. We're going to play the last game of the season next episode. We'll sim through the rest of the season, get to that last game. That last game may be very important to us. We'll find out in that next episode. We've had a long season. Want to get it over with. Want to find out if we're going to make the playoffs or not. It's been a really good season. Joe Ryan, potentially a Cy Young candidate. A lot of good stuff going for us here towards the end of the season. But if you guys have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Be ready for Twins content in 2 more days. Hopefully you did enjoy. Love y'all. See you next episode. Peace out.